Good morning. Welcome to Presence of Light with Charlie Riverman Bergeron. It's a joy to be here with you today as we gather in the equinox and global peace uh, moment that has been celebrated for many years. We started in this week with um, World Peace Day. We celebrated the equinox rather than the solstice, the equinox yesterday, a time where there's an equality of uh, balance, a moment where we can all look at our ancestral patterns. We can look at the history of our humanity. Each of these are important in this evolutionary process that we are moving through. I actually just arose um, from bed due to the fact that I have sleep apnea and then I sleep a lot. And that's something new in my life. And I look at it as a sort of, how do I want to put this in words? Uh, a roadblock, a roadblock. And so I woke up and I didn't write any show notes. And I said, the message of coming through with your truth is really not about show notes. Standing in your truth is really not about preparing a speech. Standing in your truth comes from your heart. And in several conversations this week about peace and about harmony and how do we move out of this global situation that is so upsetting to all of us. Doesn't matter where we live in the world. It's it's disturbing every human being on this planet. And what I'm talking about is the lying, is the anger, is the greed, is the struggle for power, is the threatening of lives and the taking of innocent lives around the world for a material benefit. This is not humanity at its best. And today may sound like a lecture at times, and I would normally apologize for that, but I'm not going to. Because I realize that if each and every one of us do not really stand up in our hearts, see this heart, this global heart, if we don't stand up in those hearts and express what we truly want in life that is the best for every human, then we deserve what happens. And I don't say that as a threat or to demean anybody's belief systems or to harm anybody or point the finger at anybody in particular. I look at it as a human, let me move my angel here, a human problem. I don't, the camera's the backwards. Isn't it crazy, huh? There you go. Some things bother me. alignment is really important. And that's what I'm talking about, is alignment with who you truly are as a human being. And what do you stand for, and what do you represent, and what do you focus on? And whether you are willing to be that true self, whether you're trying to or be that human. So, with this said, it started, as I say, in the beginning of a week with a conversation with a man who does a lot of peace work. And I came to what is really our true wealth. When we look at the world and we see the greediness and we see that the wars, how much money they're costing and how much damage they're doing. And we look at that and we say, well, what is this purpose of wealth as money and riches? If we're taking that and we're destroying the earth and killing each other and destroying all the work that humanity has done in the areas where people live. If that is what we're doing with wealth, and if that is truly wealth and what wealth does, there's something very drastically wrong. And so I'm taking it away from the human sense of greed and power over, which has been the rule over our history for the past thousands of years. And I look at the word freedom and I say many countries stand for freedom, and yet they're enslaving people. They're putting them in jails and cells and not allowing them to live. We're choosing who has the right to do this, who has the right to do that. When I say we, it's not you and I. Yet when we don't speak up against it, we're part of the process. What I'm trying to introduce to the minds of those who listen to me is that we are entering a time where our voices, our actions are going to be needed more and more to realign the way humanity has chosen to live. And it's not all a lecture from me this morning. I don't have my show notes, but you will hear me ramble. And I bless each and every one of you. Every night I do kirtan for an hour with another gentleman on a Facebook group called Good of the Whole. And the whole intention of that is to send a vibration of loving sound, words that have a vibration to heal the wounds within us without us consciously being aware or focusing on them. I write poetry and I'm part of a group called the Global Heart Team. And every week we have a meditation for the world where we send love and healing, not only to those who are brought up in the group, but to the world and each of you, wherever you are around the world. I've been coming here to Humanity Healing and been part of Humanity Healing's weekly. I do a weekly talk, and I've done it for, I think, 4 years or 3 years or some long time. I think this is number 270 or something talk I've done. And I want to thank you for this opportunity to be here and speak. I never had any real desire to do what I do. But here I am, and here you are. And the message is each of you can do something to change the conscious awareness of humanity. Even if it's just smiling, if it's just opening a door for somebody, offering somebody that looks thirsty something to drink, somebody that's hungry something to eat, somebody who's homeless and has no decent clothes, some clothes. What we're doing is neglecting ourselves by neglecting other humans, by depriving them of peacefulness, by depriving them of a presence, an acknowledgement that they too are part of our whole human beingness. Look into your hearts. When it comes to peace, Lao Tzu gave us these words, and I'm going to read them. If there is no peace in the world, let me move this over here. There you go. If there is no peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there's no peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there is no peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there's no peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. Lao Tzu is an ancient wisdom teacher. And so it represents how long peace among people has been an issue that has not changed. That not being peaceful is a problem. This is a moment in the history of humanity, not just our own personal lives, but our future generations, where we have an obligation to save them, to heal them. As the title of this group is, Humanity Healing. How is it we're going to heal the future generations from the insanity that humanity is now creating? I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. I'm just trying to look at the realistic process of what we're doing. People are now becoming more and more mentally disabled in some small way, which leads to larger collective problems. when we go to the store each week and we buy the same product each week, and each week the price gets more expensive and more expensive and more expensive, and yet the money we use to buy it becomes less valuable, less valuable, and less valuable. What does that create? Fear and hunger. When we, as a leadership group, each of you, I will consider as part of Humanity Healing, a leadership group, need to look into your own hearts and your own lives and embrace the fact that each one of us individually, not just as a collective, but individually, have an opportunity to change that. The question is, how? How can we come into ourselves and just do small things? Doesn't have to be grand things. Small things, both individually and in small groups. Even if it's just praying, even if it's just chanting and singing singing a vibration so that the world can hear it. Even if the world doesn't tune into it and hear it, the vibration is moving into the world. It's creating a harmonic frequency. So the key, as it's coming through to me right now, is what is your harmonic frequency? And how do you manage your harmonic frequency? How do you engage it so that it is lifted, so that it is in balance? And then take that balance and share it with others. Because the reality is we are this web of life where everybody in a frequency touches another. When you smile, when you laugh, when you assist, when you gift, it's not something, it's not about stopping nuclear wars. It's not about who's going to be the president. It's not about all of that. It's right here in your heart. I know you all in many ways, not personally, but I know that each one of you who have children, each one of you who have parents, loved ones, you care. And I want you to take that sense of caring and that sense of love and ask yourself, how can I modify that to be global? How can I accept everyone as my brother or sister? How can I bring myself? It's not about fixing them. It's about bringing ourselves into balance within ourselves so that no matter what happens, we are true to ourselves. We are loving and kind in ourselves. That's what I see is the goal of humanity right now. The global goal of humanity has to come back to love, to peace, to harmony. And I'm not interested in what might happen if it doesn't. What happens is what happens because we don't. This is our time to rise. This is our time to tap into the love within ourselves and to learn how to love ourselves, not in a selfish way, not in a narcissistic way, but in a way that we can share with others because we are each other. And I'm going to be brief with this. I have a poem I wrote, or words that I wrote, came through me yesterday. But I wanted to just explain what Global Heart Team represents and stands for. And on the back of this shirt, I'm not recruiting people. I'm just saying each one of you can join. You can create your own global team of lovers, a group that comes together and sends love to the world. But we stand for love. We stand in love for equality, mutual respect, health, safety, welfare, environmental protection, and a peaceful world. Does that sound bizarre to you? Isn't that really what we all want? And I'm just saying that each of you have the ability to co-create that. Life is a co-creative process. Wealth is not what you think it is. Wealth is well-being. It's returning to well-being. It's healing. It's humanity healing. And I'm going to read my words that came through me yesterday. As the topic for our personal heart meditation was world peace, love, and light. And as many of you know, that my death experience when I came back, I'm here to anchor peace, light, and love into all living things, whether we understand them as living or not, which covers everything. And I urge each of you to look into your hearts and say, who do you want to share your love with? Who do you want to be in that energy field with and grow together with? Because the future of humanity is asking us right now, please, please hear us. Please see us. Please feel us. We're coming. We're going to be here, just as you are here now. And we don't want to starve. We don't want to kill. We want to live in peace, light, and love. So the words that came through are these. Let's just take a moment to let go of what's rising. And here are the words that I brought forth to share with you. Let us take a few moments to pause and let go of all our frustrations. Let us melt into our deepest self, which has no form or agenda. Here in this stillness, there's only a heartbeat, offering its unique rhythmic beating for us to feel. It is here in this unified field of our living presence that world peace will arise for all to remember. There are no words, no distractions, and no judgment to interfere with the human consciousness from violence to peace. The peace that passes all understanding. The peace which unites all humans without fear. The peace that is the true wealth of all humanity. Wealth, WEALTH, which when written out is we all thrive. 3 words. We all thrive. That, my dear brothers and sisters, is what we all seek. No matter where we live, what we believe, the color of our skin, our sexual preferences, doesn't matter. None of it. None of that matters. We all want to thrive. And that's the true meaning of wealth. You see, we've distorted all kinds of things, including the words we use, to mean something that can damage all of us. In many ways, we've made nuclear weapons out of words. I'm going to place this, well, I need to re-edit it, but I'll place it later. The reality of all of this for each of us, it's not just me pontificating here, but the message for all of us is what the last line of Lao Tzu said. There must be peace in the heart. May each of you find peace in your heart, even if it's just for a moment. And once you recognize that peace in your heart for that moment, grab hold of it, treasure it. Even if you don't do anything with it, find that peace in your heart and honor it. And in that honoring of the peace in your heart, each one of us become part of a greater peace in the world. So bless you all. Thank you all. May some of the words that come through me stick in your mind. May each of you feel the love, the light, and the peace, and know that you are those who are here to change the world for the future generations to one where harmony and balance are the true wealth. Love you all. I'll see you again next Friday. Or I won't. I may not be here next Friday. I don't know when my next talk will be. I'd be on a indigenous grandmother's ceremony, and again, even our indigenous ancestors are still praying for peace and harmony and balance on planet Earth. Love you all. Keep smiling. Keep sending your love and your healing to humanity. We need it. Thank you all for being here. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I am you. You are me. We are unity. One heart. One love.